time management. We should align with the time and we should not take more time for our speech or for any other activity so that everybody will get the chance to participate. And here in Toastmasters, our environment will create such an environment that will encourage to increase our communication skill and leadership style, and we can go towards excellence. With this, I would like to welcome our enthusiastic presiding officer, Saidu Srivastava, who leads us with his impeccable style of excellence, and always he hits the nail to take our team to different level of excellence.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Mamata for such a wonderful start. I welcome you to the 462nd meeting of the Trailblazers Toastmasters Club. Today is a new meeting, new opportunities, new day for learning. Today we have a very special theme. We'll talk about it later, but today I would like to mark the presence of a very important person of our district. He is one of our district officer, our area G3 director, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Pinjani. Thank you so much, Deepak, for coming here and taking your time from busy schedule and coming here and taking the role as well. So thank you for that. All right. So as I can see, we don't have any guest, although we have a very famous guest present, Pooja Shivani, soon to be the member of Trailblazers Toastmasters Club. So I would like Pooja to, can you please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi everyone, I'm Pooja Shivani. I'm working as a site reliability engineer at Oracle, ex-Nokia research and development engineer. I'm a nomad. I love traveling. I'm a Google Women Tech Makers ambassador, and I like art and books as well. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. With this, I would like to mark this meeting as open. So, for the benefit of guests and the benefit of the members, I would like to share the history of Toastmasters and the value of Toastmasters. Toastmasters started in the year 1905 by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley in an informal meeting where he first started with a young men's, where he found the gap there where the men's were not able to communicate themselves and there was lack in the leadership qualities. So they started informally, where the young men were only allowed to give the speeches and the older men were used to evaluate the speeches. Later it opened for the women as well, and in the year 1924, Toastmasters got officially chartered as International Toastmasters. And today in the year 2024, we are celebrating 100 years of Toastmasters International. Until today, we Toastmasters are present across 148 countries. We are around 270,000 plus members, and across the globe we have 14,200 plus clubs. So it's a huge accomplishment for the Toastmasters International, and the whole credit goes to the members who are sitting here and sitting across the globe. So please give a huge round of applause for such accomplishment. So today we have a very special theme which is very close to all of you. I know you love cricket so much, but if you ask me, I'm very dull at sport, and and the one thing is that I hate cricket. I hate like hell. I don't like cricket, so obviously I'm not the good person to stand here and speak anything about cricket, so that you will feel offended and feel bad. So we have a very special person here today who is taking the role of Toastmaster of the Day and who will navigate us through his journey or through his experience of cricket. He is one of our very new member of Trailblazers Toastmasters Club, who joined Oracle 8 months ago as a member of technical staff. He says he's a big foodie, and the main motto behind joining Toastmasters is that he wants to get rid of his stage fear. And we have seen him multiple times. He is doing it very gracefully. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause and welcome our one of the charming member of the Trailblazers Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Saiakash.
Thank you, Captain Shailu. Hello all, how are you doing today?
All good.
Great. Let's see. I have a few questions for all of you. Who has played cricket before this? Oh, I think everyone has. Oh, you have? Okay, so can any of you share a very peculiar memory or childhood memory of yours while playing cricket? Or I'll ask a simple question. Who all watched the finals in 2011?
Oh, yeah.
So who didn't watch? Where were you?
There are so many, I'm just recollecting which was that.
No, the one we won 2011. 2011 finals which we won.
Oh, Dhoni.
Yeah, Dhoni. So yeah, I think not many of you have watched cricket, but yeah, I'll try to show you the good, and so I'll just share my screen once.
Nice dog, by the way.
I wish it was. Yeah, so as you can see from my title, it's two sides of the coin. And the reason I'm talking about this is like, we all have seen cricket being talked about every day in our lives, be it through IPL, through the World Cup, through test matches, anyway. And all the cricketers have now become big celebrities. So what I want to talk about is how cricket as a sport is in India. The two sides of the coin, which is the good and the bad side. So before that, like every presentation ever, I'll talk about a little history of things. Cricket is said to be played by, was first said to be played by children in England and in the medieval period. And the first written reference for this was when a person was asked to testify in court that what used to happen on that ground. So it was a land under dispute. The judge asked him what used to happen here. The simple thing which is said in a different accent, which I can't replicate right now, is that children used to play cricket here all the time. So that's the time when the first written reference was there. The second thing which I want to share with you is a quick photo. Yeah, this is how they used to play back then. Nowadays it's just too glamorous.
Is it Amir Khan?
It's more like Gilli
That's one of the origins if you think about it. But yeah, one very interesting anecdote which is when it comes to origins of cricket is how the first written record of adults playing cricket. So what happened was in 1611, two people were caught. They had bunked going to the church and were caught playing cricket. And this was back in 1611. That was about 413 years ago. Proud of my math. So yeah, that was the first written record of adults playing cricket where they were caught and they were playing live. And they were asked to pay about 12 rupees back in 1611. I couldn't calculate it because inflation didn't exist back then. So I gave a little history of things, but now I hope all of you have a little knowledge about cricket. Let's see. So this is a pretty simple question to begin with. What year was the inaugural IPL season?
2008.
2008.
That's nice. So we are in the 17th season this time, or 16th. Yeah. So who bowled the fastest ball in cricket history and how fast was it?
Short doctor, 161 kilometers per hour something.
I wanted the exact decimal answer.
161.2.
Close enough.
Oh, missed by
That was
missed.
close. So next question. Which team emerged victorious in the first World Cup in 1975?
West Indies.
West Indies.
West Indies.
The simple, I'll prepare a better question. Oh yeah, this I think not many might know. How many runs did Sachin Tendulkar score on his ODI debut?
0.
0.
So yeah, I think you are all warmed up for now, and now I'll introduce our GE for today. Also, I'd like to call him the coach for today. TM Dinesh. He's a software developer for Oracle retail application and has been in IT for 4+ years. Always looking forward to connect with like-minded folks with similar interests. And he has a very source of interest, which is music, art, and movies. I would like to welcome TM Dinesh.
Thank you.
I think it's the captain of the team, right? Thank you,
The
captain.
captain is the president.
Oh, no, you be the captain. For now. You, at least for the cricket part, you be the captain. And great of you to call me the coach of the team. And I can just see the future. If I be the coach, how the future would be. Anyway, jokes apart, today I'm not taking the role of the coach, but today rather I'll be taking the role of that strict mathematics teacher that we all have in our schools, who's never pleased, who always is looking for something, some flaw to find out, who's never satisfied. I'm just kidding. I maybe exaggerated it a little bit. I don't want to bring disrepute to this auspicious role of a general evaluator. So, my friends, see, a Toastmasters meeting, it's somewhat different from these other meetings that you might have attended. For your benefit, let me tell you that a Toastmasters meeting is very organized, very time bound, and all of the role takers are very well aware of their roles. Now, it just doesn't come right away. So there is someone who looks through, who decides, who like takes a note of all the things that happen in a meeting, and that is the general evaluator. Today, I'll be taking up that role, and I'm not alone in this pursuit of perfection. I have my own team, which is acronymed as the TAG team. And for the benefit of who might not know, I think everybody would be knowing by now what TAG stands for. It's the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. So without any further delay, I would call upon the timer for today's meeting, who works as an Oracle Retail AI Foundation application developer. He has been a Toastmasters for 8+ years and served at various district and club officers positions. He is extremely creative, and although he wants his introduction to read as Jack of many trades, I'll call him Master of many trades because he is. So without any delay, put your hands together for the poster boy himself, Toastmaster Abhinav as the timer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh, for such generous words. I'll take all in. Thank you. Today I'm taking the role of the timer, and before I start what timer means, I also have a trivia to ask. So, what's the time duration in which a batsman should come on the crease after the previous one got out?
2 minutes.
90 seconds. 90 seconds. 1.5 minutes.
It's 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And 3 minutes is also what an evaluation should also end in. Okay. So I'm going to so timing cards based on which each speaker on the stage has to abide by. We have 3 kinds of speeches. One is prepared speech, which is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5, I'll show my background will show green. At 6 minutes, it will be yellow card. At red, it will become at 7 minutes, will become red card. And this red shall be held up. But it's your duty to finish your speech in next 30 seconds. So for each speeches, there will be 30 seconds of grace given. Similar to this, we have table topics. The timing is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, it is green. 1.5, it is yellow. And at 2 minutes, it becomes red. Lastly, we have evaluations. Evaluations 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes green, 2.5 yellow, and 3 minutes red. Again, 30 seconds of buffer given to you to wrap up your speech. I'll report the timings at the end of the meeting. People who don't abide by the timing will not be qualified for the awards which we give afterwards. Back to you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Thank you.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Abhinav. Well, my memories of timings and cricket is, why is it so long? Why is the TV always occupied for this much? I cannot watch cartoons. So anyway, moving on. Now we would be calling the A in tag, which is the R counter. And today taking up the role of the R counter is Toastmaster Dakshayani. She is a software developer in the JD Tools team at Oracle. Her current hobby is board gaming, while music and reading have been her lifelong passions. She is one of the newest additions to our team and has been performing excellently. So put your hands together for Toastmaster Dakshayani.
Hi everyone. I swear this rain and this noise started just now. I know what TM Dinesh mentions every time. I get it now. But I hope I'm still somewhat audible. So my role for today is the counter, and I will be trying to monitor the filler words. I think there is a big misconception about what the counter is, and that is that you have to be nitpicky about every single word you use and ensure that you don't use any of the filler words. That is completely not the case, in my opinion. What I will be looking out for today is to ensure that we don't overuse those words. And in that regard, I think we should just be mindful of what words we are using. So, to help you a little bit with that, I would like to offer two small suggestions. One, pause before you speak if you feel like you don't know what you're saying next. If you take a pause, it also gives a nice effect. It makes people think you're about to say something really cool. And also, it's always helpful for you to think as well. So that's one thing. And the other thing, of course, is not to speak too fast. Slow down a little bit. It also gives you time to think once again. And today, while I will be monitoring all the filler words, I'd like to especially concentrate on the word like and so, because I feel like we use those two words a lot. Then there's no real reason for using them. Given that, I would like to I'll give my report at the end of the meeting when the general evaluator calls me. So back to the general evaluator, Dinesh. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dakshayani, for such a wonderful explanation of, the R counter role. And it's always thought of as something we need to avoid, which is quite unavoidable in a speech. Even the best of us tend to fall into that trap. But anyway, I think there's a correlation between what Toastmaster Dakshayani said and to sports, that in sports you don't always have to be the best. It's just about learning and enjoying the sports. So that's my 2 cents on that. Now, proceeding, the G in tag, which is the grammarian. And today, the role of the grammarian is taken up by one of the newest. He is the newest addition. Toastmaster Anek, who is working as principal product manager in PeopleSoft development team. He believes that books we read and people we meet impact us the most. So he likes to read and meet new people. He's passionate about fitness whenever time permits, and he goes out for running and swimming and weight training. So put your hands together for Toastmaster Anek as the grammarian.
Thank you. So I am the grammarian for today. I will note down good usage and not so good usage of the grammar and then give you the report. So don't worry, I will not tell your name, so you use the wrong grammar. I will tell in general, right? As they say that when you are appreciating somebody, you should appreciate in person. But when you are kind of criticizing, criticize in general, right? So okay, so my duty is also introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is impeccable. The meaning is free from fault or blame, or flawless or spotless. The usage would be spoke impeccable French, or the impeccable speech, or impeccable sense of humor. Okay, so you can try to use the word in your speeches today. The phrase of the day is hit the nail on the head. The meaning is to do or say something that is exactly right. Okay. So it might be like he hit the nail on the head when he says that the color of the wallpaper in the room was exactly right. So like when you say exactly the thing we expected, you hit the nail on the head. So you can use the phrase of the day also in your speeches. And I will also note down who used the word of the day and who is the phrase of the day and then give my report. Thank you. Back to
Thank you, Toastmaster Anek, for the impeccable words that you said. Great on that. So as you might have realized, so even as the general evaluator, I will be presenting my evaluation report at the end of the meeting. With that, I'd like to call upon, what was that? The captain. Yeah, the captain of the team, Toastmaster Shai as the TMOD. Back to you, Toastmaster Shai.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Thanks a lot. So, Toastmaster Abhinav mentioned a quick fact about the timing. So, I have a question on that. Who was the first batsman to be dismissed using the timeout rule?
Angela Matthews.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah. So, while we are
Sorry, who was it?
Angelo Matthews against Bangladesh recently.
Okay.
So yeah, while we're on the topic of cricket, I would like to talk about the good side of it, or the way which most of us know it as. And yeah, see, Indian Premier League is one of the biggest leagues now, and probably not comparable to football, but it has had a big impact in India. It's been about 15 years, and it generated in like a lot of jobs. I don't have the exact number, but yeah, the 10 billion valuation is almost like a decacorn, and it is a decacorn, and it's one of the biggest cricket leagues in the world. PSL or other South African leagues are in the millions, or let's say 100 millions. So if you can understand the impact of numbers, it also has helped with infrastructure development. Like we have the Narendra Modi Stadium, which is the biggest stadium in the world, and tourism. Of course, you can see all the foreigners sitting in the stands while you're watching matches. And the development of brand India is something which has changed. And I'll talk about this a little later. And yeah, like I said, it competes with top leagues, and emergence of new startups which cater to the specific audience is something which we have seen nowadays. Like we have Dream 11, My Dream Circle. There's a thin line of betting and opinion trading, but yeah, these startups are running and generating jobs as well. So one thing which even I wasn't that aware before, like trying to dig deep into stuff, was something called cricket diplomacy. In short, it's something like if there are two countries playing cricket, and there's also politics is always going on, they try to use cricket as an excuse to go ahead and maybe have summits or discuss unofficially, because holding a summit in terms of turmoil is not easy. So I give a few examples where there are 3 years when India-Pakistan leaders met, and this is something which you don't realize. But behind the scenes, there were some summits which were held, and they helped East and Central. So these are 1987, 2004, 2005. In 2011, I think many of us saw the match. You could see the Pakistani PM also attend the semi-final, and this is the picture from there. Is Dr. Manmohan Singh, and I'm not sure of the name. Sorry about that. No, sorry, I didn't.
Raza, right?
So this was, yeah, this is the case of India, but there are cases where other countries have also used this. It's one other example is not diplomacy, but the Ashes tournament, which happens every year. This ensures that Australia and England just keep in touch, and the concept behind Ashes. Can anyone tell me about it?
Yes, actually,
Slavery day, this is slavery.
No, why is it called Ashes? Yeah,
They used to burn the
yeah, the
Yes.
trophy was
no, not the
trophy got burnt, is what I
clothes.
no, I think the
And
was it different?
I can tell. I can tell.
this
First time Australia went to England and defeated them in England, the Australian captain had mentioned these words that this is time we'll take the ashes of this team to our country. So since then, this word has been used, and since the next year tournament, they have started. It's not actual ashes, but they burned a wooden ball, and they created a trophy out of it, and it was given to one of the Australian captains as a memorial. That is still with him, but we still celebrate or play the matches tournament called Ashes. So yeah. Also, like this is something which I've faced a lot. It's like cricket is one of the most common discussion topic you can come across. I used to, even in school, I used to remember after watching Mumbai win. So I'm a Mumbai fan. After watching Mumbai win, we used to discuss every day in the morning. Since I was in Mumbai, everyone was Mumbai fans except a few two RCB fans. So this was a very common thing where even students used to discuss. The first thing before the first period began was this discussion about who played well, who didn't play well, which decision could have been taken. As a student, I don't think we put this much effort into our studies, but criticizing the coach and the Indian captain was something which we did. And this is something, one of the few lines which I hear. Can you believe RCB won the match? And of course, Ambani paid the umpire. This is what I've heard all my life. And yeah, this is something which is a good topic which I can discuss with the manager too, because over lunch, you can keep, both can keep criticizing the Indian team. So this was about cricket. I'll have a few more questions for you, but I'll do it after this. Before that, I'll introduce the speaker for general evaluator the evaluator for today. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, Toastmaster Kaushal is currently working as a product manager in Oracle. He is a Toastmaster who believes in exploring different art forms. He has been a part of Toastmaster fraternity since 2015. He's also a trained improv artist. He's a pathbreaker in engaging humor. He calls himself a humorously serious speaker, trying to be a seriously humorous speaker. I welcome you, Toastmaster Kaushal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sai. You are doing impeccable. And just to carry the journey, this impeccable journey, Toastmaster Mamata is going to attempt her L1 P1, which is the first official kind of speech after the icebreaker. Now, the purpose of this project is to learn or review the basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note the speech time would be 5 to 7 minutes. Wishing you all the very best. Over to you, Toastmaster Mamata.
I'd like to introduce Toastmaster Mamata. Toastmaster Mamata is a QA engineer with Oracle Fusion GRC. She loves being around people, talking to them, sharing their experiences and ideas. She loves listening to all types of music with a special interest for old Bollywood songs. And I would like to introduce Toastmaster Mamata. Toastmaster Mamata, Saransh the summary, Toastmaster Mamata.
Before starting my topic, I would like to sing a line of Bollywood song. Jindagi kaisi hai paheli hai, kabhi to hasaye, kabhi ye rulaye. That means life is such a mystery. Sometimes it makes us laugh and sometimes it makes us cry. So to explain this thing more, I would like to tell a story. And this story is taken from a movie called Saras. This movie was directed by our director Mahesh Bhatt. It was the movie was made in 1985 and it was nominated for Oscar also. This movie is little depressing movie, not little. You can say it is more depressing, but it will teach you a lot life lessons. So I'll start the movie story. This movie is about an old couple, Mr. Pradhan and his wife Parvati. They were living in Mumbai and they were having only one son. His name was Ajay, who was living in New York, USA. He was working there. So what happened? One day when they were in sleep, it was back in 1985. So it was like old days. That time no mobile phone, nothing was there. Who are like little efficient, they can keep the landline. So they were having a landline phone. So they were sleeping in sleep. Suddenly the phone rang. So Mr. Pradhan got up from the bed and he went and he picked the call. He received the call from his son's friend that uncle, your son is no more. He went to watch cricket match and that two men shot him and he was dead. So hearing this, like he felt like there is no life. His life was gone. He was the only son. And if you have a child and his life or her life is gone, you don't have life after that. We'll feel like that. But it was like his imagination. Still, we have life to live, that I will tell. So he went to his wife and he expressed, somehow with lots of difficulty expressed. And this story will unfold how this old couple like fought with loneliness and aimlessness of their life. They try to end their life and But somehow, so many attempts they have taken, but they could not end their life. And they were struggling with their financial crisis also, like he was getting very less pension. So they were getting some money from his son for their survival, but that also stopped after his son's death. What happened? So they were having a small room in Mumbai, 2-room house. One room they have given as a paying guest. One aspirant actor, Sujata, her name is Sujata. She was trying to be actor. So they have given the rent to Sujata. So Sujata came and stayed in their house. So with her, they were a little bit happy. Like not happy means they were getting someone to stay in their house. And Mrs. Pradhan, like Parvati, she was like completely shattered. Mr. Pradhan, though he was shattered, but he was not showing that sorrow because he has to handle his wife's emotions also. His wife, Parvati, she went to one Dharma Guru, that he is called Holy Spiritual Teacher, where he surrendered himself, and that Guru has given her assurance that your son will be taken rebirth. Like that type of fake false assurance he has given to Parvati. So she was living with that assurance, like my son will be taken rebirth. So she was trying to be somehow happy that my son will take rebirth. So she was living her life like this. So like this, nothing has happened. One day again they were thinking to take their life, both of the husband and wife, and she was forcing her husband because he was not that strong. He was not trying to take his life. He was trying to struggle and he was trying to live, but his wife was like aimless. So they both entered the room and they both were trying to take the poison. Meanwhile, they heard a sound. Sujata was fighting with his boyfriend. His name was Bilas. He was a son of local leader. They both were fighting, and Sujata was carrying his baby. And they were not married also. So like that time, immediately hearing this sound, overhearing that sound, Parvati, she got a hope that her son is taking rebirth in Sujata's room. So they stopped taking poison, and she forced her husband that to go and intervene in their fight and stop that fight and give them a hope that they will not fight and they will stay here peacefully. So he entered and he gave them hope, don't fight, Sujata will be here. Then Parvati started taking care of Sujata like own daughter-in-law, and she was like daughter, and she was thinking my son will be taking bath from her womb. Like this, their life was going on. In the meanwhile, like after that, he asked, like when they both were taking care of Sujata and Bilal's father, he was a local leader. He was against of their marriage. Like he did not want that child because he was a local leader. It might create some bad name for his political career. So he wanted that they both will just stop their relationship. But Mr. Pradhan and Parvati, they fought against all bureaucratic system, that politician, and they saved them and they gave them married. So one battle he won, like Mr. Pradhan, like he saved Sujata and he gave them married. But he has to fight another battle, like with his wife's emotions. She was going through some fake emotions, like his son will take rebirth and she will not leave them. Like she wanted to take hold of like their kid who will be going to take birth. So that is not possible. So he wanted to take out that illusion from her mind. So that is another big battle he has to fight with the society, not with the society, with the inner self, with the Sujata, with Parvati's fake illusion. So in that case, what he did, he told Sujata and Bilas to leave their house and go and live separately. So and when one night when Parvati was sleeping, secretly he asked them to leave that house. They left that house. When next day morning, Parvati woke up, he sees all hope has gone again. So she tried to finish her life and she forced again her husband to finish the life. So in that time, he told that no, there is still one more life we can live for the society. We can do something. See, I fought, I saved Sujata. He got that lot of confidence. Why should we end our life? I like the greatest tribute though the loved one who was dead, is like we live our life with some purpose. If we live our life with some purpose, we can give the greatest tribute to our loved dead ones. We cannot just end our life. And one more lesson we can learn from this story is that two different thoughts. That like love is not like that two same thoughts that are emerging into one thought and create a beautiful memory or beautiful life ahead. It is like two different thoughts. They are emerging into one, and they are going ahead to a life and living a life. So with this, I will tell that like how we can create an impeccable life. We can create an impeccable life by hitting the nails through our all integrity, perfection, and create a masterpiece, which will be a lesson for all to live a fulfilling life. And whenever we are sad, we can cry our fullest. And when we are happy, we should be happy and we should smile to our fullest. And we should not let one chance also to go to be happy. So this is the lesson we should live with. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster. That was a really heart-touching story, and yeah,
Like you are choked.
end, huh?
Looks like you're choked.
The ending was a really nice one, where you encourage us to be happy in what we have and try not to look for other things. Thanks a lot for that speech. And yeah, I'd like to go and call the next evaluator for our speech. That is distinguished Toastmaster Deepak. He is a technical lead and engineering team manager for the team of simulation and data tools in CTO office at Active. He's a Toastmaster since 8 years, a DTM, a foodie, and an experimental chef at home. Current area director for Area G3 in District 22. Distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Pridhani.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and future Toastmasters. Today I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Narayanan's speech. It is a L5, level 5, project 1 speech from Effective Coaching Path. The purpose of this project, it's HPL, High Performance Leadership First Speech. So this project has 2 speeches and a leadership project in mid of these 2 speeches. The purpose of this project is for the member to apply his leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. The purpose of this first speech is for the member to introduce his plan and vision. All the best. Time limit is the standard 5 to 7 minutes. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak. Now I'd like to introduce Toastmaster Narayanan. He's been a trailblazer for 7 years, former club president, a former area director. He's been a club coach and mentor, as all of us know. A strong believer of the fact that effective communication can impact lives, an avid reader and a writer. And he's someone I really look up to. Toastmaster Narayanan.
Couple of weeks back, I was home in Chennai. Weekend, laying lazily on my sofa after a fantastic lunch, like Himalayan python that had devoured a big fat kill. And as I was being pulled into the afternoon siesta, I was disturbed by an enticing fragrance that disturbed me. A cup of orange-colored carrot halwa, impeccably decked with the choicest of nuts, was presented to me. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, my dear guest, what do you think I did? Of course, I grabbed the cup and devoured it like a child in no time. After a few minutes, I came up to my senses and I went to the kitchen to drop the bowl and wash my hand. I had a look at the kitchen. The dice of the kitchen had all those nuts and all the ingredients lined. The person who prepared the dish was setting it up. And it's a common sight after any meat that's been prepared. But we Toastmasters are different, right? That was the Bodhi tree moment for me. When I looked at it, I could see that anything to fructify, you need to have a lot of effort invested. Lots of nuts, sugar, the ingredients had to be tested so that the menu tastes the best. A lot of effort was being invested to garnish it properly. And of course, a lot of effort to serve to people. That defining Bodhi tree moment there was that you need a lot of efforts. You need to face the test in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, if at all you wanted to be consistently respected and be consistently successful, the one question that you need to ask yourself repeatedly is, am I ready to take the test? Now, my journey in Toastmasters for over 7 years now gave me opportunity to transcend into many roles, right from the club to the area to the district also. And in 2018, when my area director role was done, I suddenly found a void. I felt like I had nothing else to offer. Of course, I was coming to the weekly sessions or giving my speeches, but there was no test for me. Paulo Coelho in his book Alchemist says that when you really intend to do something noble, all the elements in the universe would conspire to help you achieve that goal. That conspiracy for me happened in October 2019 when a very senior Toastmaster at that time, distinguished Toastmaster now, Jagrati Pandey, who's currently in District 121, she called me up and then said, Narayan, you are taking the registration chair for Coronation 2020. I said, thank you, I will. For those of you who do not know, I'm like somebody who will first shoot and then ask the questions later. She said, wonderful, I'll come back to you. And then I realized, my God, registration chair for such a huge event called Coronation 2020. And for those of you who do not know what Coronation is all about, Coronation is the big daddy of all events in District 92. If it is Senior Islamic Stadium for cricket, it's Coronation for District 92. The winners of all those three contests from the club, they move to the area, the division, and the winners, the champs, get to the final stage to be crowned as the district champions. You have an attendance of at least 800 to 1200 people. And the face of the event is the registration chair. I had a doubt that lingered on my mind. Though I had done club events, area events, division events, a division of this size at the district level was imposing on me. They called me that day evening and then said, the district trio picked your name, the core committee picked your name and seeing the way you managed your area, and I am sure you will do a good job. Now this encouragement is something that comes without you asking for, and I can guarantee you, you don't get this in any other platform other than Toastmasters. That gave me a lot of impetus. And I decided to see the kind of test that I will face this time as the registration chair for Coronation 2020. Now, as the registration chair, you have to work on many aspects of registration. The first and foremost thing is connecting to the prospective guests that you want to see. You have to arrange for a portal where people can register for registration, work out the various price ranges, work with the other stakeholders like the PR chair, the logistics chair, the food and beverage chair, the event chair, the location chair. You have to work for a lot of things. And most importantly, I have to scout for a team that will work for me to ensure that these people had a seamless registration experience. I wanted to have a very slim, lean, powerful team. And as mandated by Toastmasters to do this particular project, I went through a guidance committee of 3 members who knew me right from my very first speech till this very moment. So how did the test go? How did they take my test? Did I come out with flying colors? Did I do the test just to please myself or to prove somebody something else? You may have to wait for my next speech for that. Until then, be prepared for your test. My name is Narayan. Talk to you next time.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Narayanan. That was an impeccable speech. And let's proceed for some questions. Thank you. Thank you. So this is innings 2. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Who was the only player to play a test for both India and England?
Tony.
I need the full name.
Manzoor Ali Khan Pataudi. Nawab Manzoor Ali Khan Pataudi.
No.
Is it Farooq Engineer?
No. It's the surname is Pataudi. There are
Okay.
three people I know in the same surname.
Manzoor Ali Khan Pataudi.
No,
It's his father, maybe.
It's Iftikhar Ali Khan Pataudi and
His
it's
father.
Saif Ali Khan's grandfather.
Oh, father.
Father
Higher
of
Pataudi
Pataudi.
is not. So next question. Which is the only country to win 60, 50 and 20 over World Cup?
West Indies.
West Indies.
Australia?
No.
West Indies.
West Indies.
Nice to hear the answer. It's India.
Wow.
So 1983 was a 60
Oh.
over World Cup and the last two World Cup with 60 overs. 2007 was the 20 over World Cup which we won that too for the first time. Oh, Dinesh is learning something new today. And the 2011 World Cup was the 50 over World Cup, as you all know. So first ever player to be declared out by the third umpire.
Sachin.
Sachin, run out.
Yeah.
Sorry, run out or stumping.
Run out.
No, the first time it was introduced, he was the first player to get out. So after this, I would like to call the Toastmaster, table topics master for today, Toastmaster Abhipsa. Abhipsa is working as an MTS in OCI. She feels Toastmasters is a place that feels like home in Oracle. She indulges in singing, like all of us have heard. I recommend you try to feel like herself again. Music is both a stressor and a de-stressor for her. A fun fact about her is she owns all types of keyboard and mouse varieties of Logitech. I'm really curious about that. Right now, she's trying her hands at speeches and the ukulele. Welcome, Toastmaster.
Thank you, TMOD. So, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, and I guess we don't have guests today. That's all right. So, our speakers have done wonderful batting today. I have come here for surprise bowling. So, today I'll be your table topics master, and table topics is nothing but impromptu questions which we sit around a table and discuss randomly. So, it's very casual, nothing to get serious about. Just speak whatever you feel like about the topic. So regarding today's theme, cricket, I love cricket as much as we all love Bangalore's traffic. So yeah, so one of my memories which he asked right at the beginning of the session, the first time and the last time I watched cricket was the 2011 World Cup when India won. So I watched and India won that time. And I have never watched that point and India has not won. So probably I should start watching. In that, yeah, I remember I was watching that session, that match with my uncle, and Sehwag and Sachin came up. I remember it very clearly. And we were all expecting, because Sehwag is known to make a lot of runs. And he was duck that day. So we started critically analyzing what fielding is this, what batting is this, and all that. And that's my memory. But we won at last. I think Yuvraj and Dhoni made the last pairing, and Dhoni made the 6. I think the final 4 or 6. Yeah. So with that, enough of my experiences. Time to know about your experiences. Let's start. So who is going to be our first volunteer? Abhinav has raised his hand.
Another timer, I'm not doing.
So, Ravindra. So, yeah. A very interesting topic I'll give. because you make interesting, yeah, speeches, yeah.
Punchline.
Punchlines, yes. So if you have to make a cricket team out of us, who would you choose and why? What roles will you
That's an interesting thing.
It is
Within our
nail.
Yeah, within our Trailblazers, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You can choose me as the captain. I'm the master.
Okay. So yeah, today's topic is about cricket, and Saiakash has brought us and made us go back to history and think about a lot of things about cricket, and important things happened and interesting facts he shared with us. Okay, coming to this Trailblazer Toastmasters, we have a team of more than 20 people. So if we want to make a cricket, yeah, we can form a team and play cricket whenever we find time during the weekends. Yeah. So because we have to warm up and we have to make ourselves fit and shine and energetic. Okay. So if you want, I would like to take our captain Shailu as a team captain.
Okay.
And so remaining all our players. So I would like to, I feel like Narayan sir will be opener. Opening batsman. Opening batsman along with maybe Abhinav. Abhinav and Narayanan will be opening batsmen. And the fast bowlers will be like whoever it is. I will be fast bowler. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's a mix up of women and men, right? So we can form a team of men and women mixed up, and we can play an exciting game. Maybe we can play with district level games, or we can play with other clubs, and those finals, one team will be going representing it for a nation. They'll be getting cups and things, and final cup will be given to the final winners. With that.
He definitely knew that he will hit the nail on the head in this topic. So great speech and great selection of team, must say. Moving on to, I want my next volunteer. Someone from online, maybe. Very simple topics, guys.
But he got it or called, okay? I think that is it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sure. Please. Please welcome Toastmaster Anik. So, do you watch cricket? Are you a cricket fan?
Yeah, I'm fan, but I don't watch much nowadays.
Okay. So.
But I follow the score, not the watching. The watching takes much more time.
Okay.
Following the score is easy, right?
Right. So, you must have played gully cricket in your childhood days.
Yeah.
Most of the boys do. So, just share some fond memories from the gully cricket or regarding that.
Okay. So yeah, gully cricket is very popular in India. As we know, I think all of us has played because we only have gullies, not big grounds in our cities. So one fond memory, I would say that once I broke my finger. That's the only thing I remember from those days. So I was in like 6th standard, and at that time, although when you are grown up, you just want to play with the soft ball. But when you are a kid, you just want to play with that hard ball, right? Because you're just crazy. You just want to play with the ball the big players are playing. But when you learn, when you grown up, you want just a soft ball where you know the consequences, what can happen with the ball. And recently I was looking at the news and somebody died. That ball hit on some parts, and that guy couldn't take up and he died because of the ball. But I think I've seen a lot of, especially the small guys, they travel to play with the hard ball. So this is my memory. I used to play with the hard ball, then broke my finger, and then I couldn't play for, let's say, 2, 3 weeks, not 2, 3 weeks, maybe 6 months, because with the broken finger, it is very bad. Although it looks like it's just a finger and nothing can happen, but if the finger is broken, it can. I mean, it's very bad, yeah. And I think a lot of people have broken finger from cricket days. Maybe the other parts also broken. Maybe yeah, it happens. So so yeah, so my only advice would be don't play with the hard ball. Be soft in your in all the sphere of life. Just be soft. Soft ball, soft talk. That's all. Thank you.
So we got a life lesson. Never be hard, be soft. Okay, I want my next volunteer. Joseph, you want?
I know nothing of cricket.
Good, I have a special question for you then.
Okay.
So welcome. So my question is, you don't watch cricket. There must be some reasons. Do you think cricket is overhyped and overrated in India?
Oh my God, that get me paid to
No, I'll take the
Please don't
guarantee.
pay me.
Since my childhood, I think something that you inherit from your parents is the love of cricket. Unfortunately, my father did not love cricket or did not like sports in general. So his main interest was only the news. So I never picked up the craze for cricket. And in general, I'm not a big person who likes to watch. I prefer to play. I have tried my hand in cricket a couple of times. The only record that I might have broken is the number of duckouts that I've done. So I can't hit the ball for the life of me. I have played multiple times gully cricket or anything. People initially they used to not want me, I mean, they don't want me on the team. I mean, they'll just get me out. Opposite teams love me because at some point in time, they realize that I don't get out and I don't score runs. So they loved having me on the opposite team. Finally, I would have to do a trick of, I'll stand like this, pretend to hit the ball, hit the wicket, and say, oh, I'm sorry, did that make me out? I had to use these tricks. And after that, I stopped playing because I'm sure unless someone wants to play with a handicap, I would never want to play cricket. But I know it's a game which is loved by all. For me, it's just too long. I don't have the patience to go through it. But I do enjoy watching very few matches if India is in the finals or if India is playing against Pakistan when the spirits are high. Definitely, I will forego whatever I said and I'll watch that match. But other than that, sorry, I never watch cricket. Yeah. Thank you.
Impeccable. Thank you. So I want my next volunteer. This time maybe someone from online can volunteer.
If he gets on the phone again, please check.
Daipayan? Yeah, please welcome Toastmaster Daipayan. So are you a cricket fan also? You're also a cricket fan?
Yes, big cricket fan.
Then I have to change the topic. No, I'll not change, I'll ask you. So, you have to tell about your favorite sports star apart from cricket. Who is not playing?
Okay. Yeah, I think, apart from cricket, I think the general world of sports and the activity of sports, I think there's a lot all of us can learn from the field of sports itself, right? So sports, I think, should be encouraged at every level, even in our workplace. Although I don't know how much time we'll keep spending on sports if we encourage it a lot. But apart from cricket, since it has such a big fan following, one sports person that I really admire is Novak Djokovic, the tennis player. And I think he brings a kind of rigor and discipline. I don't follow actually much tennis. I mean, compared to the detail with which I follow cricket, but just to see the kind of, just to see like how much power he has over even those who don't follow tennis so much, shows the kind of like work ethic and the dedication he brings to the sport. So and another thing about him is there's a lot of celebrity status or things like that given to Roger Federer, but not so much to Djokovic. But he still ends up, winning a lot. And I think the amount of perfection and dedication he has brought to the sport is something great, right? So I think all greats do that, and we should all take inspiration from that. Yeah, thanks.
Another very, very impeccable speech, and I completely agree with what you said. I think Roger Federer is the GOAT, and he is very talented naturally. But Djokovic is someone who works very, very hard. I'm not saying Roger doesn't work hard. He
Yeah.
also does. But yeah, and also Nadal.
Yeah.
So I don't follow cricket much, but I do follow some tennis and a great deal of badminton. And I admire personally Carolina Marin. She is a player from Spain, and she has won 2 times Olympic medals and almost all the competitions. And she works hard like a beast. She is an inspiring person. Yeah. So one last question, one last topic. Anyone up? Cricket fans. Yeah.
Can go.
Yeah, it will be perfect for you.
I can go if nobody is taking up.
If you're given chance that you can only watch IPL or you can only watch T20, which one would you prefer and why? Which format do you like?
IPL and T20 are same.
IPL and
Oh, this shows the knowledge of my cricket. Let's change it to test match and T20.
60 over. 60.
Test match, yeah, unlimited
Sorry. So what's the final question?
I think he's not.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got it. So it's test match versus T20 is what you have asked, right? Okay. Very tricky. Okay. Now, if you are a cricket fan, it's a very difficult question. But if you really are a core cricket fan, I think it becomes very easy, because if you ask any cricketer or any well-established cricketer, they would say that they would prefer playing test match cricket any day, because that's the purest form of cricket and that's where your stamina and everything is tested. However, we have seen that T20 has evolved in different ways and it has created new benchmark. The things which were hitherto unacceptable, or at least were, sorry, not unacceptable, I would say, were considered impossible, are now, being achieved at a very easy rate, easy way. So although it has changed the standard and the bar that was set by erstwhile cricketers, I feel Test match still stands very tall in terms of the purity of cricket and the quality that it brings to the gentleman's game. If you would have seen Test match cricket, there's less of fight. Of course, if you have to keep Australia out of the fray, you see very less conflicts and very good bonhomie among the cricketers across the globe. Again, it has increased many folds now that cricket across the multiple countries are playing together in IPL. But then again, Test cricket, again, if you go to the standards of cricket, it remains unconquered in terms of quality and perseverance and the stamina that it tests. So of course, if I get a chance to sit over and watch cricket, of course I would like to I would like to watch Rahul Dravid and Sachin batting across all day in one day, in one single day, rather than preferring anything on IPL. Of course, again, one exception is there. If Dhoni is playing cricket, that would be an exceptional thing. But yeah, my stand would still be with Test cricket. That would be all.
Test cricket beats everything, honestly.
Kaushal, I mean, this question showed that you're a true fan and I am a true not watcher of cricket. So, yeah, I hope table topics was fun and great speeches for every topic. Thank you so much. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhipsa. That was a good quality of topics which you chose for us. And Kaushal, I do agree with you. The test matches were thing before this, and given the human attention span coming down, the number of overs are also reducing nowadays. There's an idea that people might introduce T10, which is like just 10 overs match. I hope it is.
Yeah, it'll be the Instagram of cricket. It'll be the Instagram of cricket.
Even test matches nowadays actually don't last to 5 days like they used to last earlier. Nowadays, it just finishes off in like 3 days or sometimes even 2. So,
Yeah, the ball. There is a concept called baseball, right? The baseball concept of England, which they've introduced.
I think we can keep going on this topic, but I'll continue my presentation. I have a few more questions for you people. Yeah. What's a player who is a low order player usually, but comes higher up the order than normal called?
Night
watchman.
Night watchman in Test cricket.
Yeah.
But it's a very Test match specific.
Yeah, gosh.
Sunil Gavaskar.
Yeah.
Sunil Gavaskar.
And the final question for the day. Highest wickets in the recent World Cup 2020.
Sami.
How many?
19.
24.
Sorry, who?
Mohammad Shami.
24, okay.
So, like, I think we had a good idea of what cricket is, how people think about cricket. But there's another side of cricket which most of us haven't seen or have seen, but it's not there in the media as much as it should be. One is the corruption and match fixing, which happens a lot. And as you can see, there are 3 players on screen. There are Ajit Chandila and Ankit Chavan, who were arrested for spot fixing in 2013. And eventually, the 2 teams, Rajasthan Royals and CSK, were banned, but none of the CSK players were banned. No one knows why. And the CSK ownership was something which was controversial, and that there was a change in that. And CSK and RR are back, as you can see. The extent to which this betting happens is like it cannot be estimated, but it's a big number. You can see like the Mumbai teams or the Mumbai area where this fixing was caught. There were 11-12 bookies which were arrested on that day. So it shows that how many people are involved, and you can't catch them. That's simple. And also the mafia is said to be involved in this, and like Dawood Ibrahim, the other people, they have a big hand in all this which happens. So this is something which doesn't come out. And another thing which is something is the hatred these players face and threats, of course, and which is really unfortunate, and the burnout. So as much as these players are worshipped in cricket, like we call him God, equally they are hated for even a small mistake. Virat Kohli's minor daughter was sent rape threats, which is like it's not humane to do such things, but such things happen, and this is something which people do criticize, but no action is taken. It just keeps happening, and even Shami felt a lot of hatred based on religion for his performance. He is the highest wicket taker last year. Even then, there's a different set of people who keep hating him. And the recent hatred towards Hardik is something which you might have known. He shifted his teams like it was a financial decision. It was something he wanted to do. He got captaincy somewhere, but people keep hating him and booing him in all places. This is a photo in India where bottles were thrown on the ground by fans in 2015. This was because India had scored about 93 runs and they just lost against South Africa. This was South Africa tour of India. So this is something which we don't know much about, but we turn a blind eye towards it. And this is something which should be aware and not tolerate. So yeah, I think we looked at both the sides of cricket, both sides of the coin today. I just like to conclude that yeah, it's a religion in India. People made it a religion, it wasn't. It is something which is a sport. We should treat it as a sport, enjoy it as a sport, and don't let it come in. Don't bring it into other things like politics, religion, etc. And with this, I would like to end my topic for today, and I'll call the general evaluator for the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sai. When I heard the topic was cricket, I was seriously doubting how much I would enjoy this, given my fondness for the sport. But I was, it's wonderful that you proved me wrong. It was a wonderful session. And now, let's quickly move on to the evaluations. So to begin with, I'd like to call upon my first evaluator for speaker Toastmaster Mamata, Toastmaster Caution as the first evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. Fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, and my target speaker, Toastmaster Mamata. Keeping the theme of cricket, what would anybody expect if a debutant comes to the crease? Either he or she will score a 50, a duck, maybe some runs, or 100. Depending on the performance, we finally judge, depending on the number of scores that the person scores in the match. So today we'll see how Toastmaster Mamata made a really, really good cricketing debut. I would say Toastmaster debut rather, by today's speech. Now, whenever somebody starts a journey, the basic things that are expected in a good speech is, of course, spanning the content and delivery umbrella. You should have a good opening, and you did have a good opening when you started with a song. Although that could have been well paced, and you could have gone a little slow to make a better impact. But yes, there was a song to get the attention. Really well done on that part. You had a great story to tell. It was an emotional roller coaster ride of the story of Mr. Pradhan and his wife Parvati. Of course, that story had all the elements which would have got everybody's attention because of the uh, emotional weight that it carried. Of course, it was a very delicate story to handle, and that's where you excelled, because normally the emotion that you come up with was completely at par with the emotion that the story needed. So really well done again on that part. Now, delivery is one thing where I think most of the improvements can be made. Now, first of all, there are few good things that I would like to bring up on the delivery as well. You were almost standing at one place. Of course, if you go in any other, if it would have been any other speech, anybody would have expected you to move around a bit. But given the gravity of the speech and the gravity of the message that your story was carrying, it was very much pertinent that you stood up at one place. And that's what you did, which actually brought a lot of weightage to the story. And also it kept the attention of the audience at one place. Now, the most important thing which I found was the value, the summary of the speech. Being a newcomer, it's not very often that I've seen people getting to the level of the summary as well. But you actually had a summary, and you had a message where you said that it was just like merging of two different emotions to create a new emotion, and then compare the life with that same. Now, these all were such good points on which you can thrive upon. Having said that, any 50 should be converted to 100 is what I believe in any of the cricket matches. I mean, at least this is what we expect. In order to consider your knock as that, and if there are some challenges that you would like to take, let's say you can correct your grammatical errors that you had throughout the speech so that you can make proper tenses. You can also correct the rate of speech at which you are speaking so that you will have a better impact by adding some more pauses as well. And the last thing which I would like to take as a challenge is drawing a parallel. So every time, all the time I was expecting that there will be a point where you'll draw a parallel with the story in your life, and then you will bring a wow moment of the story. But that did not happen. But I think if you work on those parts, I think you have a long way to go. Thank you very much, and all the very best for completing your first speech, Master Mamata. Over to the general evaluator.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Thanks for that. I was speaking on mute. Thank you, Toastmaster Kaushal, for the evaluation. Now let's move on to our second evaluation, which would be provided by distinguished Toastmaster Deepak.
Just yesterday night, I was creating a coding test for job candidates at my work. I won't tell you the question. Little did I know that today I will be tested in my evaluation and feedback skills. Toastmaster Narayanan, the test. Literally the test for me. I'll evaluate the speech with the word test. T-E-S-T. T for a tremendous beginning. You begin by saying a couple of weeks ago, I was lazy after having so much food. And then a yellow carrot halwa walked in. Amazing, eye-catching, and nose-catching beginning. Kudos for that. E for the eloquent and impeccable descriptions in your speech. When you said, I shoot and ask questions later. When you compared the fruition of eating a carrot halwa with the efforts that it takes to create them. When you described the dais of kitchen with nuts lying on it. These descriptive analogies helps us imagine what's going on in the speech. Well done on that. I would like you to work on two things. First is S, storyize and structure. When you talk about that carrot halwa, I want your expressions to tell the story of a carrot halwa. I saw a ball of yellow carrot halwa in front of me. I want that feeling to be out there. And I want you to restructure the remaining part of your speech a bit so that it connects with your beginning. How? For example, you can just say that one day when I was done doing my area director's duty and I was lazy after having a couple of gulab jamuns, that would connect with the beginning. I would also like you to work for T. T for treat with takeaway. At the end of the speech, I felt it was a bit abrupt. I was craving for a takeaway there. So had you asked some questions after the beginning of your speech, some open-ended questions, did you ever have a test that you were not sure whether to take in your life or not? And towards the end, you ask the audience, you ask me, you ask us, next time when life throws a test at you, would you cave in or would you crave in? This would connect to the beginning as well as to the entire message of the speech and then would connect me back towards what I need to do in my life from this speech. Overall, a great speech with tremendous beginning, a great eloquent descriptory style, a little bit work on storyizing as well as structuring the speech, and connecting the dots towards the end of the speech with a takeaway can help. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster.
Oh, sorry, I should call general.
Toastmaster Dinesh.
Yeah. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak, for the evaluation. Now we'll go to the tag team report, starting with the timer report by Toastmaster Abhinav.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh. I'll give the timing reports for the speakers first. Speaker 1, Mamata, spoke for 7 minutes, 56 seconds, which is overshot the time by about 26 seconds. Speaker 2, Narayanan, spoke for 6 minutes, 9 seconds. So he's qualified. Evaluation 1 was done by Kaushal. It was 3 minutes, 40 seconds, again over time by 10 seconds. Then Toastmaster Deepak spoke for 3 minutes, 10 seconds as Narayan's evaluator. He is in time. In terms of table topic speakers, everybody spoke within their timings. Ravindra 2 minutes, Anek 1 minute 40 seconds, Joseph 1 minute 35 seconds, Daipayan 2 minutes, and Kaushal 2 minutes 10 seconds. With that, back to you, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you, Timer Toastmaster Abhinav. Next, we have on list our counter Toastmaster Dakshayani with her report.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So, like I said in the beginning, I would be trying to look at words like and so. I felt like we did a great job with that. Impeccable, every single one of you. We all tried to use the words as less as possible, and really I commend all of you for it. I would like to especially highlight a few people here who use very less filler words in general in their speeches. So Toastmasters, Anek, Abhipsa, Narayanan, and Deepak, all of you, amazing job. And I was at this point also reminded once again, like I wanted to reinforce my point by telling you something that I found out yesterday. So apparently, when we gave ChatGPT a voice this time, we tried to add some filler words to it so that it sounds more human. So I would like to reinforce that using filler words makes us human. We just want to not overuse it. So in that regard, I think we all did a great job. And that's my report. Thank you. And back to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dakshayani. Lot of learnings today. I did not know this fact about ChatGPT. So great on that. Next, we have Toastmaster Anek as the grammarian with his report.
Thank you. So here is my grammarian report. So the good, I will start with good usage or not so good usage. You take a call. So okay, so start with good usage. Okay. So for some good, I think Narayana used a lot of good language, but I was not able to note down. But I thought he will use much more. Yeah, but that later maybe he didn't use that much. But yeah, still I note down first shoot and then ask the questions later. Big daddy of all the events came off flying colors, work hard like a beast. Then somebody used like a 3 word the quality, perseverance, and stamina. And then my writing is too bad. And style. Yeah, so these are good uses. So not so good uses were, I think, when you are talking in past, they try to use, had instead or have. Like when you are saying, they have given, you can say they had given. So I mean, if you are talking in, I think in one speaker meant in, like the phrase they spoke was in terms of turmoil, but they meant in times of turmoil. So you can speak that way, kind of distinguishing 2 words. And now coming to the word of the day, it was used by most of the speakers and kind of overused probably. So used by I think Abhipsa 5 times. No problem. That is great actually. So I think it was used by everybody. Mamata, Abhipsa, Dinesh, Kausa, TTM, Deepak, or I think everybody used it. Or is there somebody who didn't use it? Maybe Ravindra didn't use it. That's okay. You can use next time. You will have simpler word next time. And then the phrase of the day was used by TM Mamata and Abhipsa. Anybody else used? And I forgot to note. Maybe you also forgot after using.
Thank you so much, grammarian Anek. I would say that was an impeccable grammarian report. Just anyway, it's already overused, right? So there is no point in using it again. Okay, so the coach is back as our hero to TMOD has already designated me as a coach. So the coach is back with his evaluation report, the coach report. I don't know if that's the right term for it, or I don't know what it is, but yeah, some coaching thing I'm back with. So to start with, the meeting started on time. I don't think so. Like we even waited 5 minutes. That's actually great. We started at 3 dots, so that was great. The essay introduction by Toastmaster Mamta. So all the grounds were covered. really good. The energy was also good, maybe a little bit more energy with a little bit more pauses because you are the starting phase of the meeting. So just a check on that, but it was wonderfully explained. Then came our captain, Toastmaster Shelu, as the PO. The Toastmasters motive, the Toastmasters, what Toastmasters is, was properly explained. Even I don't suppose we had many guests today, but even for the Toastmasters who already know about Toastmasters, it's good to, have a refresher course on how this journey started. We all are indeed Toastmasters, so it's always good to have that in mind, that how it all began with. So great on that. You also acknowledged the presence of a distinguished Toastmasters. That's great. We oftentimes forget that, but you did. So great on that. Coming to, yeah, with the PO report ending, we were introduced to the man of the match. Yeah, I think I used the word correctly. The man of the match, although the man of the match is given at a later point. But for me, our TMOD, Toastmaster Sai, was the man of the match because even in such a group, like, trust me when I say it, I never had witnessed a group with so many non-cricketers in. Because anytime I was in a group, there would be like 95% of them who would be like cricket, 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 cricket. And I'd be like, okay, okay, fine. Even I like cricket. I would just lie. But it's the first time I was finding like there were four at least who did not who were not that interested in cricket. Let's not hurt the cricketers' feelings. I would say hate cricket, but they did not find it that interesting. Even with this many people, you kept us hooked. Even I was willing to answer few of the questions that you had. So great work. And just if people don't know it, this was the first time Saiakash took the role of the TMOD, and what a wonderful job you did. I have few points. You have clear diction, impeccable vocabulary. I didn't find any, wrong usage. Everything was wonderfully used and a very neutral accent for everyone, for us to understand. Just one small point, which since you've done such a wonderful job, I want you to take it as a challenge. Next time, introduce a little bit of voice modulation. I can tell that you are, a big fan of cricket. Just, a lack of a proper word, but you are a big fan. I wanted to see that also, that excitement. So you were neutral throughout. So maybe a little ups and downs would have been, would have added more charm to your already impeccable, using again, impeccable performance. Then we had our first speaker, Toastmaster Mamata, with her Saransh, the summary. I have to say, it was a genius stroke. You hit the nail on the head with choosing such a wonderful theme, I had never thought that one can have a film review as a speech topic. I haven't watched the movie, but the way you explained the movie, it was wonderful. I got very interested. I'm pretty sure it would be on YouTube. I'll definitely watch it. So that was a great idea also for the new speakers, because I myself as a speaker always find it difficult to find a topic. Yours was a wonderful idea. I'm definitely going to implement in my coming speeches, because I myself am a big movie fan. So you made my life easy. So thank you for that. Then we had our goat, right? If I am using it correctly, Toastmaster Narayanan with his test. And sorry for saying that, but you aced the test. And along with giving a powerful, a memorable performance, you even did promotion of coronation. I am sorry, I don't think so the coronation team was here, but maybe Shalu can report to the coronation team that, how well we publicized coronation, even in a speech. So great on that. Wonderful. I look forward to hearing more from you. Then came the woman of the match. Toastmaster Abhipsa with her TTM role. And you could have chosen any topics, but you stuck to the theme. That shows your commitment towards the role. You did research. You had topics for both the groups. You were not just catering to the cricket fanatics, sorry, fans. You, you even you were even mindful of the people who were not fans. And for example, Toastmaster Joseph, like I related so much to him, getting picked up last, and like how people would pray that I won't come into their team. That included even my own brother. So, it was a nice a walk down the memory lane. The speakers were awesome. I would say everybody wonderfully executed. Toastmaster Ravindra, usually you were the comedian. I think we are getting a new comedian in the mix with Toastmaster Anek with your deadpan jokes. So I think keep an eye out for him. So the table topics are very engaging. Everybody had something to say. It was extremely engaging, I would say, extremely interesting topics. The evaluations were on point by Toastmaster Kaushal and distinguished Toastmaster Deepak. They were very valuable. I expect the speakers to, have a check on those, to follow those. Even the others who were not speaking, we could also take a few pointers from them. So all in all, a great meeting. I think after 2011, we have never won. India has never won, but today we somehow, in some sense, we won. So back to you, Toastmaster Shelly.
Can we have biggest round of applause for each and every role taker today? So everyone use the word of the day and phrase of the day. So let me also use it. So everyone hit the nail today, and it was an impeccable execution. So kudos to everyone. And special mention I want to do for Toastmaster Saiakash. What a wonderful execution, and especially the content he showed us today. Before the meeting, I thought it going to be a very boring meeting for me, like what I'll do today. But he made the meeting so interesting, and lot of learning was there. And being a newbie, taking the TMOD role to this level, it's impeccable. So kudos to you. Yeah. And now coming to our another newbie, Toastmaster Abhipsa. What an interesting table topic. Like we always see like what interesting we can do or how we can just make our topic related to the theme of the day, and you make it very like flawless and again impeccable job. So kudos to you for that. And meanwhile, I request everyone to please scan this QR and vote for the best role takers and best speaker. And other role takers like Dinesh, I don't have any words for you. You are always impeccable only.
You rightly said it's overusage.
It's overused today.
I think this is the most used word in history of our meeting.
Seems like, yeah.
Please, is it open? Can someone open it?
No, it is
Abhinav?
not refreshed properly, I believe.
Yeah, it's not.
Abhinav, can you reopen this?
Try again.
Yeah.
Refresh it again one more time.
Try with new browser.
Right. So now we are at the end of the meeting. So first, I would like, as we don't have any guests, so I would like to request our Area G3 Director, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Pinjani, to please share the feedback, how you felt about Trailblazers Toastmasters meeting you are attending for the first time, I guess. So I would like please.
So when I first took this role, I thought it's Trailblazers. Should I get a blazer on? I was a bit confused on that because usually district officers are expected to be at least in formals, if not full formals. But then I decided it's the climate is too hot, and I think rightly so. because it was a very warm reception and a very warm club to attend. The meeting started bang on time. It ended on time as well, and everyone was so well prepared and energized for the meeting. The room is so well prepared that the online audience can see all the awards and our faces and hopefully get pulled towards the room next time. And even the online audience, they have all the banners of the club, right? Virtual banners. Really well done. I think now I know why Shailu does all his work beyond club effortlessly, because he has the entire team that can run the meetings effortlessly here as well to back him up. So thanks a lot, everyone, for spending this 1.5 hour, towards our leadership and communication journey. Hope to see some of you or most of you in coronation in 25th and 26th May. If you want to know how to register, you have the person Shailu. He's part of the coronation team as well. I'll give it back to him. Thank you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak, for such a wonderful feedback. And rightly he said, like, the Trailblazers name, which is running in the district now impeccably, it's because of all of you members, like the way you put your efforts. That's why we are able to showcase ourselves and make our name in the district. So kudos to each one of you. So please give a huge round of applause for all your and support till now. And it's really great to hear from such a district officer about our club. So thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak. Now I would like Toastmaster Abhinav to please share the results for today's meeting.
All right. So the best speaker today goes to Toastmaster Narayanan. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Deepak. The best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Joseph. The best role taker is Toastmaster of the day, Saiakash. And the best auxiliary role taker is Toastmaster Dakshayani as the accountant. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abhinav, for sharing the results. Now with this, I would like to make this open as meeting as closed. Okay. So now
He wants to open the batting.
So again, I thank each one of you for taking your time from a busy schedule and joining today's meeting. We are Oracle Trailblazers. We are a part of Oracle Tech Hub. We meet every Thursday 3 to 4:30, room number 9506, block B, and online as well. So see you all next week as well. Before going, I request everyone to please come on stage. We have a group photograph, and online audience, please turn on a video, and someone please help with taking the photo as well.
Zoom in a little bit.
But we'll post it.
Shallow.
Okay, since I couldn't come offline today, my virtual cheers to all of you.
Cheers.
If you're done laughing, can you please zoom in?
Okay, wait, I'll zoom. Wait, I'll do.
No, not that part.
Up.
A little to the left, I guess.
And to do more publicity to Deepak, these are not only the awards we have many more awards. We don't have place to keep.
That is a dialogue. We don't have place to keep. I know as a
Thank you.
Done?
Yeah.
Are we done?
Done?
Who's doing it?
Someone should say done.
I have taken.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Done.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thanks,